In this video presentation, I shall discuss the extract-based questions and their answers from a prose piece. The name of the prose piece is A Letter to God and the writer is G.L. Fuentes. Now, my dear students, I welcome you to my YouTube channel. The name of my YouTube channel is Priyanka Dotto. Here you will find video presentations on English language and literature of school level, college level, as well as of competitive examinations. Now let us move to the main focus of this video presentation. As you can see, there is extract number 1 for you. I am reading out the extract at first. The house, the only one in the entire valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. From this height, one could see the river and the field of ripe corn, dotted with flowers that always promised a good harvest. And we shall move to the next paragraph of the extract. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour or at least a shower. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew the fields intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. Now, here are 4 questions. The first question is, what did the flowers always promise? The answer to the question is, the flowers always promised a good harvest. The next question is, what had Lencho done throughout the morning? The answer to the question is, throughout the morning, Lencho had looked at the sky towards the northeast. The next question is, what does the word dotted here mean? The answer to the question is, the word dotted here means existing in dots or points, that is with a gap in between the two. The final question from this extract is, what does the word intimately mean here? The answer to the question is, the word intimately here means closely or minutely. Now we shall move to the next extract. I am reading out the extract at first. Now we are really going to get some water, woman. The woman who was preparing supper replied, yes, God willing. The older boys were working in the field while the smaller ones were playing near the house. Until the woman called to them all, come for dinner. It was during the meal that, just as Lencho had predicted, big drops of rain began to fall. In the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. The first question from the extract is, from which direction could huge mountains of clouds be seen approaching? The answer to the question is, huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching from the northeast direction. The next question is, where were the older boys working? The answer to the question is, the older boys were working in the field. We shall move to the next question. The next question is, which 2 adjectives have been used to describe the air? The answer to the question is, the 2 adjectives used to describe the air are fresh and sweet. The final question from the extract is, what does the word willing in the expression yes, God willing mean? The answer to the question is, in the expression yes, God willing, the word willing means intending. We shall move to the next extract. I am reading out the extract at first. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And when he returned, he exclaimed, these aren't raindrops falling from the sky, they are new coins. The big drops are 10-cent pieces and the little ones are 5s. With a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flowers draped in a curtain of rain. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. The first question from the extract is, how did the man look upon the raindrops? The answer to the question is, the man looked upon the raindrops as new coins. The next question from the extract is, what happened along with the rain? The answer to the question is, along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. The third question from the extract is, what does the word exclaimed mean? The answer to the question is, the word exclaimed means spoke with an emotional feeling. The final question from the extract is, which figure of speech has been used in the phrase curtain of rain? The answer to the question is, the figure of speech used in the phrase curtain of rain is metaphor. We shall move to the next extract. This is the extract number 4 from the prose piece entitled A Letter to God. I am reading out the extract at first. These truly did resemble new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves to the rain, ran out to collect the frozen pearls. It's really getting bad now, exclaimed the man. I hope it passes quickly. It did not pass quickly. For an hour the hail rained on the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, on the whole valley. The field was white as if covered with salt. The first question from the extract is, why did the boys run out? The answer to the question is, the boys ran out because they wanted to collect the frozen pearls, that is the pieces of hailstones. The next question from the extract is, to what is the white color of the cornfield compared? The answer to the question is, the white color of the field is compared to salt. The next question is, give a phrasal verb in place of the verb resemble. The answer to the question is, a phrasal verb in place of the verb resemble is take after. The final question from the extract is, which expression in the extract refers to a kind of wish? The answer to the question is, the expression in the extract which refers to a kind of wish is, I hope it passes quickly. We shall move to the next extract. This is the fifth extract. I am reading out the extract at first. Not a leaf remained on the trees. The corn was totally destroyed. The flowers were gone from the plants. Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. When the storm had passed, he stood in the middle of the field and said to his sons, a plague of locusts would have left more than this. The hail has left nothing. This year we will have no corn. That night was a sorrowful one, all our work for nothing. There's no one who can help us. We shall all go hungry this year. The first question from the extract is, with what was Lencho's soul filled? The answer to the question is, Lencho's soul was filled with sadness. The next question is, what has the hail left? The answer to the question is, the hail has left nothing. The third question from the extract is, what does the word plague here mean? The answer to the question is, the word plague here means onslaught or attack. The final question from the extract is, which expression in the extract is fatalistic in nature? The answer to the question is, the expression in the extract which is fatalistic in nature is, all our work for nothing. Now we shall move to the next extract. This is the sixth extract. I am reading out the extract at first. But in the hearts of all who lived in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope, help from God. Don't be so upset, even though this seems like a total loss. Remember, no one dies of hunger. That's what they say, no one dies of hunger. The first question from the extract is, what was the hope in the hearts of the people? The answer to the question is, the hope in the hearts of the people was that God will help them. The next question from the extract is, what do people say? The answer to the question is, people say that no one dies of hunger. The third question from the extract is, refer to two words in the extract which are synonymous. The answer to the question is, two words in the extract which are synonymous are solitary and single. The final question from the extract is, what does the word upset mean? The answer to the question is, the word upset means hopeless or frustrated. Now we shall move to the next extract. This is the seventh extract. I am reading out the extract at first. All through the night, Lencho thought only of his one hope, the help from God, whose eyes, as he had been instructed, see everything, even what is deep in one's conscience. Lencho was an ox of a man, working like an animal in the fields, but still he knew how to write. The following Sunday at daybreak he began to write a letter, which he himself would carry to town and place in the mail. It was nothing less than a letter to God. The first question from the extract is, what did Lencho think of all through the night? The answer to the question is, all through the night Lencho thought of the help of God, his only hope. The next question from the extract is, when did Lencho start writing the letter to God? The answer to the question is, Lencho started writing the letter to God at dawn one Sunday. The third question from the extract is, which figure of speech is used in the phrase ox of a man? The answer to the question is, the figure of speech used in the phrase ox of a man is metaphor. The final question from the extract is, give a synonym of the word daybreak. The answer to the question is, a synonym of the word daybreak is dawn. Now we shall move to the next extract. This is the extract number 8. I am reading out the extract at first. God, he wrote, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again and to live until the crop comes, because the hailstorm. He wrote to God. On the envelope, put the letter inside and still went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. The first question from the extract is, what will happen if God does not help Lencho and his family? The answer to the question is, if God does not help Lencho and his family, they will remain hungry that year. The next question is, what did Lencho write on the envelope? The answer to the question is, Lencho wrote to God on the envelope. The third question from the extract is, what is peso? The answer to the question is, a peso is a currency which is used in several Latin American countries. The final question from the extract is, what does the word stamp here refer to? The answer to the question is, the word stamp here refers to a postal ticket. The next extract is the 9th extract. I am reading out the extract at first. One of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss, laughing heartily, and showed him the letter to God. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. The postmaster, a fat, amiable fellow, also broke out laughing. But almost immediately he turned serious and, tapping the letter on his desk, commented, what faith! I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter, starting up a correspondence with God. Now we shall see what the questions from this extract are. The first question is, what work did the postman do other than his official work? The answer to the question is, other than his official work, the postman helped in the normal activities of the post office. The next question is, what has Lencho started up with? The answer to the question is, Lencho has started up a correspondence with God. The third question is, what does the word heartily mean? The answer to the question is, the word heartily means joyfully. The final question from the extract is, mention 2 words in the extract which have been used to suggest to contrary reactions of the postmaster. The answer to the question is, 2 words in the extract which have been used to suggest to contrary reactions of the postmaster are laughing and serious. Now we shall move to the next extract. This is the 10th extract. I am reading out the extract as at first. So, in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea, answered the letter. But when he opened it, it was evident that to answer it, he needed something more than goodwill, ink and paper. But he stuck to his resolution. He asked for money from his employees. He himself gave part of his salary, and several friends of his were obliged to give something for an act of charity. The first question from the extract is, what was evident to the headmaster? What was evident to the postmaster? The answer to the question is, it was evident to the postmaster that in order to answer Lencho's letter to God, he needed something more than goodwill, ink and paper. The next question from the extract is, how did several friends of the postmaster help Lencho? The answer to the question is, several friends of the postmaster gave money out of charity to help Lencho. The third question from the extract is, what does the phrase ink and paper refer to? The answer to the question is, the phrase ink and paper refers to a reply to Lencho's letter to God. The final question from the extract is, what does the word charity mean? The answer to the question is, the word charity means the act of giving away unconditionally. Now we shall move to the next extract. This is the 11th extract. I am reading out the extract at first. It was impossible for him to gather together the 100 pesos, so he was able to send the farmer only a little more than half. He put the money in an envelope addressed to Lencho and with it a letter containing only a single word as a signature, God. The following Sunday, Lencho came a bit earlier than usual to ask if there was a letter for him. It was the postman himself who handed the letter to him, while the postmaster, experiencing the contentment of a man who has performed a good deed, looked on from his office. The first question from the extract is, what was impossible for the postmaster? The answer to the question is, it was impossible for the postmaster to collect the 100 pesos. The next question from the extract is, why did Lencho come to the post office the following Sunday? The answer to the question is, Lencho came to the post office the following Sunday to ask if there was a letter for him. The third question from the extract is, what is referred to here as half? The answer is, 50 pesos is referred to here as half. The final question from the extract is, what does the word contentment mean? The answer to the question is, the word contentment means satisfaction. Now we shall move to the penultimate extract. This is the extract number 12. I am reading out the extract at first. Lencho showed not the slightest surprise on seeing the money. Such was his confidence. But he became angry when he counted the money. God could not have made a mistake, nor could he have denied Lencho what he had requested. Immediately Lencho went up to the window to ask for paper and ink. On the public writing table he started to write, with much wrinkling of his brow caused by the effort he had to make to express his ideas. The first question from the extract is, how did Lencho react after counting the money? The answer to the question is, after counting the money, Lencho became angry. The next question from the extract is, what did Lencho ask for at the window of the post office? The answer to the question is, at the window of the post office, Lencho asked for paper and ink. The third question from the extract is, what does the word slightest mean? The answer to the question is, the word slightest means minimum. The final question from the extract is, which action is suggested by the phrase wrinkling of his brow? The answer to the question is, the answer suggested by the phrase wrinkling of his brow is thinking. Now we shall move to the final extract. I am reading out the extract at first. When he finished, he went to the window to buy a stamp on which he licked and then affixed to the envelope with a blow of his fist. The moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it. It said, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest since I need it very much, but don't send it to me through the mail because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. Lencho. The first question from the extract is, how did Lencho affix the stamp on the envelope? The answer to the question is, Lencho affixed the stamp on the envelope with a blow of his fist. The second question from the extract is, how did Lencho look upon the employees of the post office? The answer to the question is, Lencho looked upon the employees of the post office as a bunch of crooks. The third question from the extract is, which expression in the extract suggests the curiosity of the postmaster about Lencho's letter? The answer to the question is, the expression in the extract which suggests the curiosity of the postmaster about Lencho's letter is, the moment the letter fell into the mailbox, the postmaster went to open it. The final question from the extract is, what does the word mail here mean? The answer to the question is, the word mail here means postal system. Before concluding this video presentation, I request you to subscribe my channel, to put forward your comments in the comment section of the video presentation, and to share this video presentation as well as the other video presentations to your friends so that they also can be benefited from it. Before concluding, I thank you all.